Tonight on Furniture Film Classics.
What the hell is that noise?
You don't know what that noise is?
What?
I'll tell you what that noise is. That's the legs of that thing in the back.
Oh, man, we gotta do something about that. My mom lives right around here. Let's go see her.
Let's go there.
What's with the roll?
No ketchup.
What's wrong with the finger?
It's just a splinter, that's all.
Stop futzing with it. You'll get an infection.
You're right. By the way, this is a great meat platter. Really good.
I was really going to buy fish, but it was too expensive, so I settled for the meat.
Delicious.
Mom, the reason we're here, we got something in the trunk. We need to cut it down. That thing you used for the roast on the holidays. Can I borrow that?
Oh, sure. Here it is. It's yours. Keep it.
Okay.
It's
They'll
yours.
take the legs off really nice.
Did he ever tell you what gorgeous legs I have?
No,
I'm going to show you.
Oh, look at that. One goes left.
One goes right.
What do you want from me?
Honey, we're home. Alice? Trixie? Has Harvey called?
Did Harvey
Go get Harvey.
Hi, I'm Ed Feldman.
And I'm Joe L'Erario. Welcome to Furniture to Go.
That's a nice name for a program.
Hey, we're doing a sewing machine this week, and you know what this sewing machine reminds me of?
Well, oh, the guy, he's a pioneer in cable how-to. And he used to wear his glasses down like this, and he always had a nice suit, and he'd say, my dears, when I was on 7th Avenue, all those girls, what's the matter with you?
You can't do that on TV. It's politically incorrect. That's PC police here. You know?
Yeah, but he was real.
Leave the man alone.
All right, I'll butch it up. This is a sewing machine from the 20s.
Yes, it is.
And it's what a lovely sound, like the L coming around 2nd Street.
Take a look in here.
We already did.
Yeah, but I want to show the stain now. See, it's got a nice old antique stain, and the finish in here is in pretty good condition. We're going to strip the outer hull.
That's a hull of a ship.
Yeah, we're going to take this all off, and then we'll do some repair work on that applique.
Yeah, we have an applique. We're going to have a guest carver from another land.
And then back here, we found a lovely little chair.
Except it's not so lovely.
Well, it's got a million layers of paint on it, but we're going to take it to a place where they don't dip, but they strip.
Ooh, but that'll be a surprise, and we'll also be doing a repair because it's only half rung.
You see this?
As I have been on many occasions.
You see the rungs around here, the rings?
So next,
when you somebody put tape around here.
When next you see us, we'll all be covered in goop.
It'll be exciting, too. And you find anything?
Yeah, directions for bobbins.
Bobbins?
Bobbins. Look, I've got all kinds of stuff in here.
And these were in here when we got it at the auction.
Some kind of strange thing.
He's looking through the drawers over there. If you look at these
Everett
drawers...
Sloan used this.
These drawers are so beautiful because if you look around, the entire length of the drawer is one piece of 1/4 inch quarter sawn oak.
Tiger oak, some people
it's all
call it.
steam bent, so it begins here, all the way around.
Look, have a ball.
I always have a ball on this show. Here, catch.
Okay.
I'm going to put some remover on the top and the rest of the piece. Ed's got the drawers over there. And just pat this remover on.
You know what I like? That even the sides of the drawers that are hidden still have this beautiful tiger oak on them.
I know.
It's great.
They took care of their furniture back then, and they really put some concern into it and said, I'm going to make this a fine piece. Nowadays, everything's stapled together.
Oh, with potato buds made out of it. Remember, it's all potatoes.
How many times have you had a drawer, a new furniture from those outlet stores, and you pull the drawer and the drawer comes off in the hand?
Have we told you once today already to stop buying the new rotten furniture and go out on the street corner and find your own nice old furniture?
Or go to an auction. That's where we found this sewing machine.
I know. I got this for, well, I'm not going to tell you, because then they'll want it back. Speaking of getting out of here...
You've got your bucket on the chair, but that ain't helping strip that. We have to go make a trip. We have to go take that somewhere.
This is something we bought at another place, but it fit perfectly in the slot where you would already sit.
So when next you see us, we're going to be at Noopy's No Dip.
Hey,
how you doing, guys?
How you doing, Noopy? Long time no see.
We're here at Noopy's. This is Noopy.
And I'd like to thank the Academy.
Stop. Let's go in and see how the experts do it.
Come on.
What a pretty green color. Now, we suspect that our chair might have lead or even asbestos in its paint. And if that happens, you do not want to strip it yourself. You want to bring it to the experts.
And even if it did, and it's got a lot of paint on it, it would take repeated application, so it's better to come to a professional where you can have it stripped in a flow system.
So the first step, Archie's going to show us right here. Uh-oh, here it comes.
Here it comes.
Make up your own one, folks. All right, this is step one, right, Les?
This is our flow over system here. We're going to show you how it works. This is our paint right here. We put all our paint in here. We're not using a pump now. We're using just the regular scoop that we use. So you can see it immediately.
Bubbling
lift
right up there.
This is our Noopy's liquid that we're using on this here. Industrial strength.
I see it bubbling.
Now, we formulated our formulas of strippers to work fast because when we do house stripping, it has to work fast. And as you notice, there's hardly any fumes. There's not very many fumes.
Not at all.
Our strippers were made for that reason.
And you can put a real big piece in this tank.
This tray, yeah. That's the difference of submerging. You can't watch it. Now, this is a veneer piece right here that we're doing. And you can see how it is just taking it right off. Coming right off like that there. This is the finished product here when we're all done stripping it, so you can see how nice a job it does.
Always amazes me why somebody would put that ugly color green or any color over nice wood like that.
Well, if they didn't paint it, we'd be out of business.
Yeah. Well, now, what if the piece has varnish on it?
Well, let's step over here. We got some over here to show
In the
you.
other tank.
All right, tank number 2 now.
Now we're going to show you the flow method with the pump. We're going to do a varnish piece here. We just did a painted piece to show you. We're going to show you how the flow method works with the varnish piece. Okay, Arch?
So that's got an old varnish on it?
Yeah, that's got an old shellac on it. This has.
Shellac, okay.
And this will pump out.
It'll flow right over top and take it off the weight. It will take the old finish right off. Okay.
Take it away, Arch. Beautiful finished product.
Oh, you can see the beauty of the quarter sawn oak now.
All you have to do now is lightly sand it and refinish it any way you want. You can stain it or put an oil-type finish on it.
Great work, Arch.
You know, it's a great operation you have here, Les.
Well, you know, this ain't the only profession I have. I used to have another profession before this.
Really?
Yeah. Let me show you what I used to do for a living.
Hey, you had to ask.
I'm a victim of circumstance.
I wanted to keep it.
Mommy!
Let us introduce our assistant friend, erstwhile world traveler, Topher King.
And he's from Ireland, and he's our assistant here on the set. He does a lot of the upholstery for us, a lot of our finishing when we're doing other scenes.
Say hello, Topher.
Hello.
And we've invited him on to do some carving on our sewing machine.
We've got the wood carving set. It's a Freud brand.
Yeah, both with these, the wood has got to want to be carved. See?
And Topher, any problem with made
Not
in
at all.
England?
Not at all.
Just perturbed. Well,
Yeah.
you know, Cossacks raped my bub, and I still wear a collarless shirt
that's
now and
fine.
then.
So here we have a drawer front from the sewing machine that we were restoring, and there was a part of the decal missing here. And this was the old part which we glued back on, and this is a new piece which we've glued on and just approximated the shape from the other side.
So now we want to carve
here.
a little bit.
Cut that out with a bandsaw, did you?
Yeah.
Which chisel will you start with now?
Well, one of these chisels here, this is your basic set of chisels. So what we're going to do first of all is just try and draw in the actual design which was here already. And then what we can do is just start carving after we've done that.
Ah, so we're just chipping
trying to-
away and carving away.
Yeah, just try and copy what was here beforehand.
So what do they call Irish stew in Ireland?
Stew,
Just stew.
just stew, plain old stew.
And they don't have Irish potatoes over there either, right? I mean, the candy, the little cinnamon candy with the coconut.
No,
I didn't think so.
We don't have them at all.
And the Emerald Isle?
We just call it home.
Yeah, okay. Tourist thing, huh?
Yeah, just for the tourists. So once we have this whole design drawn out here, you'll follow the lines all the way back up here.
No, you'll follow the lines.
We're watching.
We have other things to do.
What you'll start off is one of these gouges here, which will have the smallest point on the end here.
Wow.
And you can use that just to follow the lines that you've drawn. And this is a very small carving, so we're only going to be doing a...
Do a little
Why don't you
carving.
show us,
Okay.
since that's what you're here for.
What we do is we just start very slowly and lightly.
And of
along
course,
this
lest you
line
think
here.
we're levitating here, this is clamped with a C-clamp to the side of this table.
No fairies holding this up. So what we're trying to create here is on each one you've got a little ridge.
Yeah.
So it's a very small amount of carving, nothing too serious, but you just have to
You gotta just
zen
keep-
in the art of wood carving, you know?
Okay, we're at the midpoint now.
Got the tongue like an adder.
Yes, we're about halfway on this, and we're just doing a little sanding, keeping everything even, and
See, you got some of the ribs of the petals there already
And of course,
carved.
you've cut out the
What?
outline
Oh.
all around the outer edge.
yes, we're just trying to follow the outline that I've drawn already, and just trying to copy what we have on the other side, little grooves here.
That's beautiful, Topher.
Just
What are you,
finished.
how you finishing?
We're just doing a little sanding here, just softening all the edges around.
I really like this drop tassel.
Yeah.
Looks real nice, and
Beautiful.
you stripped the little part that
Little
was
ribbon.
broken off and you put back on.
And all we have to do is match the color.
Well, before we clear coat that,
That's
we'll
our department.
do a matching with that with some dry pigments. It'll look really nice. Thank you, Topher.
You're
My
welcome.
friend, for this you get the green card. Horrible workshop accident.
More at 11. Oh, well, we got the chair back from Noopy's.
And he did a good job, except he only stripped it. He didn't fix the rung.
We're going to do that now.
We have to work.
Yeah.
The rung is missing. We've drilled out this part, and I've drilled a pilot hole with
You
a
know, my uncle was a
quarter-inch-
pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked in a bakery. Take the bread from one corner, pilot in the other. Whoa!
I quit.
Okay.
Quarter-inch pilot hole, and now the half-inch bit comes.
With this drill.
And this is my favorite drill. Look at that. It's a right-angle drill that I used to use when I worked for a living, and it does give a modicum of power.
Now, don't go through the other end of the chair.
Yeah, I wasn't going to, but I think I do need to go a little bit further.
Yeah, I think so.
Anything further, Flowers?
This is the part where you get to breathe, relax. It's almost
Try
like
it.
Norm's show. 20 minutes of tools.
Two mouths are better than one. There we are.
Now
There
we're
we
going to
are.
measure.
Sometimes you have to chisel out a little bit.
Well, I just want to be cutting the dowel here because the dowel we already pre-cut, remeasured, and it's about 13 1/4.
I'll make
Cut
this
the dowel out
flush.
of one rod, and because this is an old chair, we're going to wedge in just like they used to do.
Give it a wedgie.
See, the bottom of the dowel, I shaved it a little bit.
Things hardly ever fit, so you have to work with them.
Yeah.
It gives you more time so you don't have to go upstairs out of the workshop and deal with the family in the evenings.
There you go. Let's see if it fits now.
Of course it was going to fit. It was always going to fit. And good thing that the rest of the... You know what we need?
Perfect.
We need a nice hammer.
Well,
Now we have to pull it back in.
wait,
Now that
I'm
it
going to get
fits,
some glue.
we've got regular carpenter's glue in a bucket,
And no brushes, just use the finger at the end of the hand.
and we just pull this apart just a little bit.
Wipe
Remember,
this
wood
off
has
here.
a little flex to it, so...
And the
you
wood,
can
this
force it
glue
in.
is water-based.
And
so
with
it's
this
gonna,
hammer...
So it's going to swell the wood, and it will expand inside. Let's stand this up.
Oh, it looks great.
We put on the clamp right at the bottom.
Sometimes...
Turn it. Flood the engine room.
Sometimes
Okay,
we
that's it.
actually brace. We put little pieces of cardboard on both sides.
But this is not a finished chair.
Who
so
has time?
Everything's been stripped. The sewing machine has been sanded, and now we're ready to stain with an alcohol-based, non-grain raising stain. It's a medium brown walnut.
And, of course, the rung has dried on the chair, theoretically. And I'll be doing the drawers.
Look how pretty.
Don't forget to use your gloves. Mr. Prosecutor, I think the gloves are see-through, so we won't even have to see them. Look how this brush goes over that.
Jury will disregard that last statement. These are regular hair brushes, a throwaway brush.
Power brushes.
We have a lot of them here on the set. That's all we use. And when we're finished, we throw them away. Unless people want them as souvenirs.
Souvenirs.
Souvenirs. Anybody say souvenirs out there? I used to go to the ocean and get some souvenirs.
The ocean?
The ocean.
In your dad's Oldsmobile?
And the Oldsmobile. While I was walking on the boardwalk eating some coleslaw.
The coleslaw had too much mayonnaise in it.
Too much mayonnaise. Too much mayonnaise is no good. Now you wipe this off.
And right after I do this drawer, I'll skip this drawer and go to the chair. because you will see that on this really cruddy looking chair, how lovely this will impart a beautiful golden stain.
Let's do the front here. Whoa.
I'm using this brush because there's a lot of deep gouges and like pock marks in this chair top, so you gotta pop them in there with the brush
I think that,
bristles.
That chair went back to our forefathers and 5 mothers. Use the paper towels, too, when you want to blot off. Paper towels are much better than rags. They won't leave any lint. Always remember that. Very important.
Boy, it starts to look like shredded wheat with maple syrup on it, this thing. Maybe we should have filled this with wood fill for like a day and a half.
Yeah,
first.
I think we should have just packed it in wood fill. What we should have done. It's quite old.
But, you know, I think it adds to the charm of the piece, don't you?
Always. We always say that.
Hey,
Hey,
this is close work.
It's very
Could
close.
you just adjust my glasses,
You're
please?
too close to me.
There you
Get up
go.
there. Now, we got the piece finished back from Topher. But it's a different color because it's pine, and anytime you try and match, you know, oak with pine, you're going to have inconsistency in color. And the way to color it is with dry pigments. Got some clear spray lacquer, and on the bottom of a cup, I just sprayed some lacquer and then applied some of the dry pigments. And with a brush, use this as your palette, you see.
I'll get to talk sometime during the segment.
And then you brush on with little strokes.
Hey, it's time again for TV show theme bridge songs.
Hold on. Let me do this first.
Da da dun 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 dun. Da da dun 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 dun. Dun da da dun 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 dun.
I don't know that one.
I even know the words. Natchez to New Orleans, living on Jackson, Queens. What?
Maverick.
There you go.
Now I want to pull a little bit of the dark brown here.
And while he does that,
I'm going to make these oak markings.
I'm going to clear coat this with varnish.
Watch.
These are our drawers.
See, you got the little stripes of varnish of the oak now. Okay, here's one.
Dobie Gillis, too easy.
You're right.
Too easy.
Now we'll spray this.
And who played Mr. Pomfret?
Now it looks beautiful.
Which
And go
means
over,
Mr. French fries, you know.
go over here and varnish with the quick drying varnish on the sewing machine. Look at that beautiful color.
Who played Mr. Pomfret, the teacher of Dobie Gillis?
Don't know.
William Shallard, of course.
He played everything, didn't he? Patty. We tried to get him on our show, but he was laid up.
Well, you know, he should have been the stepfather in the movies, The Stepfather. There should have been a sitcom, The Stepfather sitcom.
Now, when we get done,
Every week he kills somebody new, but Ross always dies first.
Let's Kill Ross is the name of the sitcom. Everything's been clear-coated, the drawers are all back in, and now we're cleaning down the bottom.
With paint thinner and rags.
Now
And that'll clean off all the junk that dripped down while we were making the rest of it look pretty.
A lot of times when you have a piece like this, it's got a lot of dust on it, you can take a brush just like this, a sash brush, and just dab in there.
Or a rag.
Up in there.
Or just dip the whole bottom in paint thinner. You know why this looks so beautiful?
Because it's on TV.
No,
that's
because
why.
the original wood is such nice tiger oak. It's true.
Or quarter sawn oak, as they say.
See how it's embossed in the front? White. That's the name of the sewing machine company.
That's an applique, too. Just
Don't peel it off.
stuck on there.
It'll fall right off.
If you peel it off, it says fake underneath.
No, this is true. Of course, nobody will probably ever sew anything with this, but this could be a nice haul piece, put a plant on it, or just drop it off a bridge.
And we didn't varnish it shut, see? You all right? All right. Hey.
Oh, the mailman, hernia.
A big hernia carrying all these letters to us.
Dear Joe and Ed, from D. Diane Kyle of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Canada, eh? Hey, I could go to the local hardware man, but I want a professional opinion, eh?
Hey?
Here's the deal. About a year ago, I stripped down an old family cedar chest. The veneer was pretty bad, so it came off too. To my surprise, most of the chest is beautiful red cedar, and inside blonde weaves through it. Ooh, my question, how do I finish this wood without changing the colors? And have I done horrible damage to it, leaving it unfinished for a year? Hope you can help. Hey, if you're in the neighborhood, stop by for a lovely beverage. We will. I like Chav. No, you haven't done damage, unless, of course, you have done damage. Take a look at it. If you haven't done damage, you haven't done damage. John Locke, father of empiricism, would bear me out on this one.
I'm just going to let you go with this one,
Finish
okay?
the wood without changing the colors. Well, you want to put a clear coat on it. Put a nice varnish. Cedar chest, put a nice varnish clear coat. Let it dry, put another varnish clear coat. Very nice. Or shellac. But shellac will come up with alcohol.
Oh, is there time left for me to read a letter?
Quiet.
Okay. This is from Mary and Mike Friel, and they're from Omaha. N.E. What's N.E.? Nebraska, right. Photos of the mother-in-law's dining room table. Here it is. Not the mother-in-law, just the dining room table. She's
nice carpet.
Heat protector on it for years, and as you can see, some of the green backing has adhered itself to the table edges.
Azoi.
We've seen you do lots of things with rubbing alcohol, and we wondered if that's what she should use to clean the table. Please advise. My father-in-law is newly retired and needs a protector. A project to keep him busy, not a protector. Needs a project to keep him busy. Oh, this is a fun show, isn't it? No, you use alcohol, that doesn't work. You got to use paint thinner. But I'm telling you, from this table, it looks like the protector, which was green, has actually stained the table. So if there's still felt like on the table, the paint thinner should take it off. But it may be dyed that green, in which case you can't do anything with it. Sorry. Bye.
So there. Look, it opens.
And closes. Look, it's like it seconds as a pizzelle maker, too.
It's a beautiful piece. I really had fun today.
And we got this at the auction.
Yes, we did, and hardly any money at all.
Here's the before and the after.
It's a fabulous Tiger Oak sewing machine.
And some of it is veneer, some of it is hardwood. We stripped it down. We did a non-grain raising medium walnut stain on it, and then we put a quick dry varnish on it.
And of course, we had some help from our friends at Noopy's.
Hi, Si Noopy.
Hi, Noopy's.
He's a crazy guy over there, I'm telling you.
He's a nut. He stripped it with his fabulous flow system.
And, yeah.
And of course, we had another guest in, our friend Topher King.
Ah, bless his lucky stars.
He did all the carving on that applique, and you can't even tell which one's real.
Hey, and I touched it up, too.
Yeah, I know.
So it looks nice.
We all helped.
Yeah.
It was a cooperative event.
We all helped. You know what I wish I had?
What?
A balloon.
A balloon?
Yeah.
Hey, you know who I am? I'm Ed Feldman.
And I'm Joe L'Erario. Until next time, be nice to your furniture.
Everything. Your sewing machines, all.
Coming up next, Bob Vila's home again. Join Mr. Fix-It himself for 2 back-to-back shows, adding contemporary convenience to antique homes, maintaining the class and charm. Stay with us here on TLC.